As a big foodie who often craves multiple cuisines at the same time, it's no wonder I love buffets, and this week I'm doing a buffet series where I share different buffets and their prices and then tell you if I think it's worth it. This is 7 days of buffets, starting with apparently the best buffet in Vegas. This is buffet at the Wynn. Despite being here so many times, I have actually never tried a Vegas buffet before. My first impression, besides thinking about how pretty the main section was because it looked like a greenhouse, was that the buffet area wasn't actually that big. For how popular it is, I was expecting it to have sections for each major cuisine and to be overwhelmed with the amount of food, but it wasn't like that at all. I'm not complaining though, because that could be how they managed to make sure the taste and quality of the food stays good. The cooks were attentive and fast, and the food was always refilled and warm, which is something you can't say for many buffets. And the food did look very good. The dinner buffet does specialize in seafood, and they had multiple ways they cooked crab in different sections. They had a whole block of honeycomb in their charcuterie section, a noodle station Mexican section that looked amazing, a mini sushi area that had unagi, and they weren't bad. They had a seafood boil, mini gumbo bowls, all this meat that were grilled so well and had many sauce options, and of course a wonderful dessert bar, but let's get back to that later. For the first round, I like to go around the buffet and get a little bit of everything that looks good to me. So these were my first round plates, but the first plate on our table were actually their crab legs, because number one buffet rule is to go for the expensive stuff first. Unfortunately though, I wasn't blown away with the fresh crabs. I felt that it wasn't that meaty and it didn't have much flavor to me even after dipping it in butter. They also didn't have much prawns too outside of the shrimp cocktail. They are landlocked, but still a bit disappointing. Thankfully, I was majorly in a meats craving mood, so I simply adjusted my focus, but I truly did enjoy the rest of the food, so hope is not lost. Even the other seafood were pretty good in my opinion. I love the salmon. I did try the crabs again in their seafood boil, and that was slightly better. The meats were beautiful and good and juicy, no complaints. The brisket bowl was also good. The dumplings were meh, but this glazed beef, honestly my favorite of the night, with this amazing crab artichoke dip and their walnut shrimp. Honestly, I was pretty satisfied, but it's not a buffet unless you make it one, so of course I had a second round, and second rounds are usually just me getting more of my favorites, but in this case, there were a couple things I wasn't able to try. Finally, their gumbo bowl, and ooh, this was really good. I also tried some of their cheese and crackers, and boy, I did not expect black gouda to taste like that. It was subtle and so good, especially paired with honey and their cold cuts. And then finally, the last round is for the desserts. I felt they really had a nice dessert section with good variety. They have the staples like cakes and ice cream and crepes. They had a s'more section too, which was fun because I don't see this in buffets often, but their regular chocolate chip cookies were amazing. I really like that you can see them bake it too. The workers were also super nice. These were our dessert spread for the table. More food was good than not, and when the food was good, it was very good. So overall, I really did enjoy my dinner, and despite not being impressed with everything I got, I still ate pretty good food and had a nice time. The atmosphere was nice, staff were kind, though our table server was way too overworked and handling so many tables by himself, so there was a bit of a wait time for drinks. Also, pro tip, pay ahead and do priority line, because that's basically a fast pass to the buffet, and we only waited a few minutes compared to however long the people who walked in waited. Overall, I'd say the food was good, and I'm glad to experience it at least once. I'm sharing other buffets in SoCal for the rest of the week, so check those out if you're interested, but will I pay $80 for this again? Probably not. But what do you think? Would you go here?